Mike McCool here in the Royal Examiner Studio, and with me today I have another Team Alliance member, Krystal Whittington.
Yes, sir.
Krystal, you are from an assisted living facility. This is what they call InSpirit. Is that what I read right, or is that just your title?
That is, so my title is Director of Community Relations, but InSpirit is the management company that runs the Maynard and the Warren Senior Living in Woodstock and Strasburg.
All right, Woodstock and Strasburg. Yeah, because assisted living kind of people, that name's been thrown around for quite a while now. And of course, I think it means different things as time goes on. So what's so special about the places that you manage?
They are smaller. They're more one-on-one care. They're not as big as of a community, so you're kind of not lost in the crowd.
Yeah.
And they're, oh my gosh, I'm panicking a little bit.
No, don't panic. It's okay. Just be lucky you're not in one of your assisted living homes, right?
Right. So it's just... Yeah.
It's just different.
It is
I had
different.
my mother in a little place out in Arizona. It was called Beehive something, And what they did, of course, it's all about licensing. I'm sure you're the same way in Virginia. They could have only up to 15 or 16 people. And, it made it really nice because, people have a small clique of people they're around anyway. And, they get too many, they get overwhelmed.
Yeah, they do.
And so it worked out really well. It was a really good place. And I think what you're talking about, you have a smaller home. And group. So how do people get into assisted living?
So that's kind of... Oh my gosh.
Kind of different for everyone, isn't
It's different for everybody. So if you're at home and you're bored or you don't want to put your needs as a stress on your family or anything like that, assisted living. If you still want to be independent but have your meals and things like that planned for you, we can do that.
So they're like little mini apartments?
They're mini apartments. It's everything you can do at home, but maybe you need a little bit more care.
I think people have a misunderstanding in an assisted. You could still leave every day and get in your car and go somewhere if you're able to do that.
Yeah.
It's not like you're locked in a nursing home somewhere.
No. It's completely different than a nursing home.
Yeah.
You can still be as independent as you can be. You can come and go. Like you said, you can get in your car and leave. And I have a gentleman that likes to leave and go bowling every day. You can still come and go as you please and know that your assistance with a few activities of daily living, like bathing, grooming, or dressing, or your meals, they're going to be there for you, even if you don't show up for lunch.
Right, that's right. They're going to be ready for you.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of nice, too, because as people get older, they're just, especially if they're back to just being themselves, they've lost their spouse or something, and they're looking for a place that, taking care of a big old house is tough.
It is tough. It's very tough.
And then, if your family is, again, our families are everywhere now. We've kind of gone this mobile thing, and, I've got kids in overseas and kids in Arizona and kids, and none here, so they've all abandoned me. I think there's a lot of people like me around around.
It's good to be in an area where you can be around your peers too, because that has a lot to do with your mental health and the stress, and maybe not having, if you're isolated, maybe not having family around, getting out and doing things, or maybe even if it's just going to the activities room to join in or listen in on a group activity, you're having that stimulation.
Yeah, we're social creatures, aren't we?
We are. We're social creatures, yes.
So how do we determine, we can, obviously, we'll put a link to your places that you mentioned there, but I think people have always wondered about, how do we find an assisted living home?
Yeah. So you want to start by looking at all of where you want to be. Do you want to be in Arizona near your kids? Do you want to be near where you're used to, like your local gas station that you frequent every day? Do you
want to be near where I can walk down to LD's and go to breakfast every morning?
You want to be close to the things that you're fond of and you love, and being able to do that. So you would look in your area that you would want to be, and then you would go and visit these places, or call someone like me who is in charge of admissions or helping you find those answers.
And you give these tours; they can come and check it out.
They can come and check us out, or you can always pop in. Don't feel like you need to schedule a tour with any community, because that's what you're there to see. You're there to witness the actual culture, the real lifeness of what it is, and how you're seeing the caregivers interact with the residents or the loved ones.
Do your own spying,
Do your own spying. Yes, please do. Yes.
And that's right, because a lot of times the tours, I only show you the good stuff.
Yes. So that maybe a marketer will have a planned tour path, basically.
Sure.
But even if you are coming to tour with me, you're not really looking at me. You're looking at how they're caring for Betty Sue over, how is there activities going on?
Yeah.
Does it smell good? Does, because it's not, you can have a 5-star community and it's not always going to smell good because those are parts of being, helping our elders and taking care of them. Yeah.
So how do people then transition out of assisted living? When does that determine?
So that, a lot of assisted livings, we can do what's, aging in place. So
I was going to say, a lot of places have that now.
Yes, you can come and age in place. And we have partnerships with Blue Ridge Hospice or Home Health. Foxes are a good one that we are partnering with for rehab and PT, OT, speech. So you don't have to leave until we can no longer meet your needs nursing-wise. You can stay with us and you can age naturally,
that's important
gracefully.
Because that age in place is a good thing to check out, because not every place, like my mother-in-law was in a place in Arizona, and as soon as she started taking her meals in a room because she was getting a little tired, next thing you know, she got an eviction notice,
Oh, no.
and said, well, we don't think you're going to be ambulatory long enough, so you need to find another place to go, because they didn't have any other, it wasn't an age in place.
Yes.
And then the other place where I had my mother, it was, even though it was small, they could age in place as long as they didn't become violent,
Okay.
So, it was a good thing. And because when you find a place, you don't really want to leave. And it's difficult sometimes to find a memory care unit or something that needs a little more skilled care.
That's another question to ask when you're searching for assisted living. Are you able to age in place? What are the nursing needs that when you get to those, do you have to leave? Or do they have partnerships that can come in and help you?
It's important because, like I said, it's kind of like I got a guaranteed place to go.
Yes, yes.
It may not be right there, but they're going to take care of me, and I'm not going to have to worry about what happens later in life.
And then you run the risk of hitting into what I call, and I'm very big on this, is a transfer trauma. So even if you and I were to leave our homes and go stay somewhere we didn't want to be for 2-3 weeks at a time, even us, we're going to have an adjustment period.
We don't like it, do we?
Yeah, we don't like it. We're going to have an adjustment period. Unless we're on vacation.
We like those resorts.
We do. You're going to have an adjustment period no matter your cognitive ability.
Right.
So when you go to a community and then you have to transfer again, so you're already depressed, self-isolating, going maybe cognitively going backwards, and then to have to do that again is really hard. And some people go without the transfer trauma, and some people it's 2 to 8 weeks, or they never come out of it, and they need an even more advanced level of care.
Yeah. So it's really interesting. Again, we have these resources in town for people that are looking. We have the DSS puts on their quarterly one-stop resource center, and that's always a great resource for if you're looking for a place, a service that we can go to one place and find out, I didn't know I had an assisted living place or a memory care unit or, just Meals on Wheels. I mean, I just can't amaze the amount of services that we have in our county and the surrounding areas. And it's just great to have people like you and this Team Alliance. I think that's a great work. It's not really a particular organization, but a group of organizations that have a like-minded thought to take care of us seniors, because there's so many of us.
And that's how I met Holly. I met her at the resource fair. Yeah.
She was here a couple of weeks ago. Holly is kind of like heading these town talks up. She didn't give me a list here. I said, she said, how many I can do? I said, until you run out of stuff to talk about.
That's true.
So she has something scheduled, I think, every Tuesday for the next period of time, and then we'll just start over again.
And we could all keep talking about the benefits, or one assisted living versus memory care, or with memory care versus just strictly assisted living, or going into a skilled community and what that means.
Yeah, there's a lot of different things. Again, I think people realize we don't realize we are getting older every day. I feel the aches and pains, and they're creeping up on us before you know it. One day you'll wake up and you'll be old. We're watching TV and we're seeing celebrities that we grew up with, and we're looking through our eye. Boy, they got old, and they're the same age we are.
Yeah, but you still feel young. You're so young at heart. You still want to do those young things.
I know, until you step out and try it. Yeah. But it's funny how everybody else gets old, but we don't.
Yes. In my mind, I'm still 16. So.
Yeah. Well, you look 16.
Well, thank you very much.
Compared to me.
Well, and that goes into finding an assisted living sooner rather than waiting until an emergency happens.
Exactly.
Or God forbid you fall, or you've been self-isolating for so long. Because, that's not me. I don't need those services. Those are for old people. Well, you could really benefit from the activities, the get-togethers, even meals, having 3 meals a day. Do you have 3 well-balanced meals a day?
Sure.
So,
well, I think the idea is planning.
Yes.
I think even if you say you may be years away from it, but it would be a good idea to put it into a plan, check out, here's available, and as new places come around, you can keep checking them out. And then when you're ready, you have it already written down, you have a plan, you can tell your children where you want to go and what you want to do. I think it's important to be what they call it, self-directed planning something like that.
I agree. Plan sooner rather than later than ending up in the hospital and you don't get to be the one that picks where you go.
And, your kids may send you someplace you don't want to go.
Yeah, maybe that was at the bottom of your list.
Yeah, that's right. I always say, well, spend your money now because the kids don't need it.
True.
I'm spending my kids' inheritance.
Yeah.
But, it's at what age we are now, or I am, and we go back and look at, our parents and our grandparents, everybody wanted to do something for their children, and I think that we're kind of moving out of that stage. We've helped our kids. I always tell them, I said, now it's your turn to help me.
Now it's your turn, yes.
And they all left.
Yeah. Or you could look into things like long-term care insurance to help you pay for it, or veterans aid in attendance to help veterans pay for it, or surviving spouses. There are options to help find financially ways to help.
And maybe even we're looking at our area, but it might be possible you may be looking at an area closer to your children somewhere else in the country. So, and there's these groups of people like yourself. You say, okay, I can't do it in Virginia, but hey, I know some people here in Arizona and Florida and Texas and different places that, they're everywhere.
That's why knowing your resources around you is
so
wonderful.
Important.
It is important.
Well, Krystal, I appreciate you coming in and talking to us. Did we cover everything about assisted living?
There's a lot that goes into it. Yes.
So they can find out more information. We'll put a link to your website where people can go and find out more information about assisted living.
Yes.
And I'm sure we'll get together here soon and talk some more.
Thank you very much.
Well, thanks, Krystal. Really appreciate you coming in.
Thank you.